Guys, like, comment, subscribe, share the video, especially if you love college football as much as I do. This is another way too early football prediction video involving Michigan versus Ohio State. Excuse me. As you all know, Michigan's pretty much their whole football team and most of their coaching staff is gone. This game is being played in Columbus. Now, Michigan had the cheating scandal for the last 3 years. They won all 3 games with Ohio State, but some people say that that's a big part of why they beat them 3 years in a row. And even if you want to make the argument, and I agree with this one, that they beat Ohio State this past year simply because they were the better team, yes. Now, here's the thing. Unfortunately, even as a Michigan fan, because obviously this shirt tells you who I like in this game and who I'm a big fan of, despite the fact that they have been cheaters. Say what you want, Michigan fans. Sorry, I'm willing to be honest here. Despite the fact that I believe Ohio State will be the better team and probably the better coach team. Nothing against Coach Moore, but he has not been a head football coach before. And yes, he did fill in very nicely against Penn State and Ohio State top 10 teams. He still has never had to go through the process of having his own team, his own players, and all those things. Despite that, and despite the fact that I believe Michigan will probably have a setback year, given they have a whole new team, a whole new coaching staff, and all that stuff, I still pick Michigan to win this game. Look, if you put aside that Michigan has cheated, one thing about Ohio State does not change. You know what that is? Their defense gets tired in the fourth quarter. I know it has gotten better over the last few years, and I expected it to get even better. Michigan runs the football very well, regardless of they've been cheating or not. Even before the cheating coming out, and Michigan was winning up to 10 games, as little as 7, 8 games a year. One thing always stayed the same. They were a really good running team. I expect Michigan to still be a really good running team. Donovan Edwards is still there. I expect Alex Orji to be the quarterback. He's a running quarterback, so you're going to have a guy that can throw and run good, probably have a lot of run-pass options. And despite the defense, most of it being gone and having a new defensive coordinator, I don't really care the defensive coordinators from the NFL. What I care about is Michigan's defense probably isn't going to change very much schematically. And Jim Harbaugh, despite him always looking for a reason to leave Michigan, he's always very successful. And how Coach Moore talked about him, they had a great relationship, most likely, okay? And that means before Harbaugh left, most likely he left him in the best position to succeed and probably left him with the best options to pick for his coaches and all that stuff before he left, okay? So, while I do think Harbaugh wanted to leave and probably didn't care anymore, he does care about his players, obviously. And that means he probably did care about the coaches he worked with and everything he had left behind. So, even with him gone, that means whoever Moore brought in, Coach Moore, let me say that properly, left him in the best position to succeed just because that's his school, his alma mater, okay? So, with that being said, despite Michigan probably not having the better team, they should still win. They should still beat Ohio State. Look, you can have all the talent you want. Ohio State's had great talent over the years. It has not changed the fact that they get pushed around a lot in the fourth quarter. You don't believe me? Look at Oregon. Oregon pushed them around. Georgia came back to push them around in the fourth quarter. With half a team, by the way. And Ohio State had all their players. And a bunch of excuses why they lost. Michigan pushed them around in the late third, fourth quarters. And this past year, they only beat them by 6, but look at how they won the game. They ate 9 minutes in that fourth quarter doing what? Pushing Michigan, pushing Ohio State around. So I don't expect that to be any different. I just expect it to be a lot lower scoring. I expect Michigan to be more physical, and I expect Michigan to take care of the football a lot better than Ohio State does. And what concerns me about Ohio State is the lines of scrimmage have not been very good to them. Their defensive line plays great for 3 quarters. Their defense in general plays great for 3 quarters. Their offensive line has been pushed around a lot. I don't expect that to be any different. What I think Ryan Day did basically was get a lot of great players and expect to keep his stuff the same and expect it to work. And what worries me about Ryan Day, if I'm an Ohio State fan, is he doesn't like to take risks. On 4th and 1, he doesn't like to go for it a lot, especially at midfield or on his side of the field where he's right there to get it and the game's on the line. He'll punt the football or go for too many field goals. Coach Moore has shown me he's willing to go for it and gamble. Guess what? Here's my score prediction. Michigan, 23. Ohio State, 20. Something like that. Give me Michigan to win.